Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Mr. Gemini, and this is my tarot channel. And today I'll be doing a quick reading for you. And remember, this won't resonate for everyone, so keep what resonates and forget the rest. And always remember, a tarot reading is never late, it is never early, it arrives precisely in your life when it's meant to. That's what makes it timeless. All right, so let's see what's just in the energy. How are you doing today on this Sunday? I just woke up from a nap. I'm working half the day. I did 2 hours. I got 2 more hours. And then I've got a little other things to do, and then I'm done. It's gonna be a good day. Walk my dog. Let's see what's in the energy today. We have the Judgment card, the Knave of Coins, and the Four of Cups. Let me check something real fast because in this deck, I don't know if the Knave of Coins, and of course I don't have the book. Let me check. Is a knave a page or is that a knight? I guess that's something you should do when you use a deck of tarot cards. Let me just see what this means. Is knave a knight? Let's see. Okay, so I think it's a knight. Since I read intuitively, we're gonna read it as a knight. But so this is what's coming to me as of right now. There is somebody who is trying to start over. Okay, there is a habit or there is something that you want to change about yourself, collective. And the reason you're wanting to change is because you want to manifest new things into your life. This is the name of coin I was talking about. And let me check some. Maybe just see if I really just want to know if that is a knight. Anyway, so you want to change something, and the interesting part about that is that, and I'll just reshuffle these here. Nope, that is a page. So either way, right? You want to change things in your life, but it's only going to happen. You change how you approach things, whether it's your job, whether you go back for education, whether you and stop spending less, eating out less. I don't know. Maybe you want to change your appearance. But when it's the coin, when it's the page of coins, you're trying to manifest something tangible, not ideas, but something, you want something new, and it's kind of like it's a goal per se. But here's the problem. We also got a Four of Cups. And this tells me that you are somebody who's stubborn. Um, I think you are somebody who learns from their mistakes, but I often think that you are someone who feels that your mistakes define you. And let me make this clear. There are some mistakes that you will make that will define you. However, a lot of them are learning moments. A lot of them we do embarrass ourselves. People hold us to the fire to them. They don't let us move past those moments. But the truth is, most people and even children learn, parents learn when they first have kids because they don't come with instruction manuals, that we learn through trial and error. And I think what's really difficult, mostly what's coming to me now, is that you're somebody who feels like you are defined by what everyone says that you are, and you have difficulty not I hate to say reinventing because it sounds more like a celebrity, right? But you don't you don't know how to imagine a better you. And that's hard. And I get it. I've suffered from that sometimes. But for you, collective, I think it's almost like, why even try if everyone's just going to see me the same way? And what I feel that the messages that are coming to me is that you're not changing for everybody else. You're changing for you. You're changing to improve your life. Because in the end, with people with all these criticisms and everything, They're not gonna pay your bills. They're not gonna give you money. They're not gonna take care of you. You have to take care of yourself, and if improving yourself is the best way to improve that outcome, then do it. Quit listening to other people who I don't know, I don't wanna say they're jealous, but I just really feel like this is really like friends and family, maybe a couple of exes, but really family is hitting me in this. Let's see what else we got. We have the Ace of Swords. Came out in reverse, but we're going to take it upright. The Three of Cups. The Two of Cups. You struggle with being able to meet people. You struggle to make friends. Um, and you struggle with finding either good boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever it is you prefer. But in general, here's the interesting part. You're very much a doer. You are somebody who can achieve any obstacle that comes to him. So, like, if you get to have surgery, you're going to come up with the money. Or if your car broke down, you're going to find a way to fix it. If you need a new job, you would find one. If you needed training, you would do it. You're not someone who lets life pretty much stop them. However, when it comes to people, when it comes to love, you're very shy. You're very, you have a lot of self-doubt. And and it's really interesting because you kind of wonder why you can't attract somebody. I don't necessarily know that you're someone who isolates himself, but I can tell that when you go in public, you keep to yourself. It's like you walk around hoping people will notice you. It's it's this thing hoping that people will invite you somewhere instead of you going to an event that's happening in your town or volunteering for something or putting yourself in a path where you're going to meet people. You just kind of hope you're included, and you're failing to see that you belong out in the world. And I'll be honest, you're almost hoping that I'm not saying that love can't serendipitously find you, but in general, you have to go looking. Chasing and looking are two different things. Chasing is you're begging someone to want to get with you, and looking is finding potential people and letting them notice you. Those are two different things. You're not doing either, but you're also not putting in a place where people can find you. And so I think this could be part of the change that we were talking about a minute ago, is that I don't think you want to be popular. You just want more of a social life. You want to be included, and you don't know how. And I don't know if it's because it's the way that you see yourself, or or I don't know. You just feel like you don't belong, and I don't know if you don't feel like you fit in. Let me see. Let me see. What is this? Yeah, you don't feel attractive. We have the Knight of Wands that came out in reverse. I'm taking it upright. We have the Five of Swords. You definitely keep to yourself and probably been burned by some friends. And the Three of Swords. You've been betrayed before. So I think this is absolutely correct, right? When we have this Four of Cups, and this is what it really came out in. This was in reverse, but the energy is still the same. You've had bad experiences in the past. Um, and I don't know if you don't feel attractive or other people told you you were not attractive. What I can tell you is that you probably did not have good discernment of who was around you. You probably did not. I think I don't know if you put your best foot forward, but you definitely put yourself out there and you got burned. But don't take this the wrong way, Collective, but I get you were more desperate. You were more like pick me, you know, like do you see me? Do you see me? And you were willing to take whatever came your way and look what happened. So I think you need to understand that, going back to what I said, we learn through experiences, that this was a learning experience. And as long as you approach love from a different perspective, in a more confident way, a more selective way, in a way that you give back what you feel you're going to put out there, I think you'll do better. It's still going to be trial and error. There's no guarantee you're not going to get hurt, but I do feel that you're going to have better outcomes. We have the Nine of Coins, the Magician, and the Eight of Wands. Um, Collective, you're somebody who I think you're doing better. I don't know why I'm getting kind of a younger person. If you're not younger, and there's nothing wrong if you're in your 30s or 40s, or whatever age you're at, but this is somebody who you're pretty stable. Okay. If you live with your parents, that's fine. If you live with someone, share a room, that's fine. But as far as job wise, you're very dependable. You're someone who goes to work, you pay your bills, you have health insurance, like you manage your debt, or you have almost no debt. Um, you're somebody who is excellent relationship material. I get that. And as a magician, you're manifesting a life. That's why we had the judgment card, because you're manifesting a life for yourself. And here's the thing, you're actually putting feelers out there. So I don't know if messages will be coming to you or you're putting them out there, but I mean, I know you're putting them out there, but I don't know if there's incoming messages because I haven't seen that yet. What I can just simply tell you is that you're working hard to create the life that you want. And I feel like you're almost whispering a wish into the sky at night. It's like, it reminds me of that song from what's his name? It goes talking to the moon. Like it goes, I'm talking to the moon, right? That song. Uh Trying to get to you, wishing that you're out there somewhere talking to me too. This is what really, really gets me about this. Um, but this isn't like that movie Practical Magic, right? Where she says that wish and it goes up into the sky. You're gonna have to do a lot of work. You're just really gonna have to be patient and not settle for whatever comes your way, because I feel that there's a chance you could sell yourself short again. Don't let desperation become your motivation for finding love or a better life. Instead, learn to be patient, learn that you've done well for yourself, and only let somebody in who's worthy of that, who can appreciate it and has something else to offer, and not just you. All right. So, whether you believe it or not, you're attracting someone who's embodying the energy of Ten of Coins, the Empress, and Temperance. So I'm not going to say you're attracting some millionaire or something like that. What I'm going to say is that you're attracting someone who is, you're the Nine of Coins. This could be your Ten of Coins. This person's coming off as the Empress, male or female, okay? And this came out in reverse, so this person may be a little bit out of balance. I'm getting they could be maybe a fire energy. They could be a little bit impulsive, hot-headed, maybe stubborn. But let's say something clear about the Empress and the Emperors that when they come out, they can physically create things and manifest things with the proper environment. And if they're an emperor, they already have them. They just want to share it with someone, whereas the Empress needs someone to kind of do that with them. At least that's how I've taken it. Um, but that doesn't necessarily mean that these people are emotionally stable or psychologically stable. Like, so just because somebody checks off some of your boxes doesn't mean that they're going to make great partners. And I'm not trying to say that in the sense that, oh, well, then what am I waiting for? This is just to say that if when you meet this person, or should this person contact you, right? There's our eight of wands there. It's a lot of movement energy. Make sure that not only can they give you what you want material wise, right? Make sure that they also can give you what you need emotionally. Because when you try to make things work and they don't work, you get like disheartened, you get disillusioned with meeting people. And this is why you always hear a lot of tarot readers say, be specific about what you want. Because if you give a general answer, the universe is going to send you the bare minimum of your list. Try to be as specific as possible, and the universe, like a computer, will go through its database and try to pull who's available wanting the same thing and match your list. But if you put only two characteristics, the universe will meet those two characteristics. If you put 20, they'll try to send you as close to 20 as it can. Okay. These two came out in reverse, but I'm going to read them upright and then tell you what I'm getting. You have the Wheel of Fortune right here. This tells me that there's a lot of good luck on your side. This is why you're in this Nine of Pentacles, because you've really been putting yourself first. The issue is you don't know if you're ever going to reach the other side of the choppy waters, right? I'm sorry, this is Six of Wands. This is good news, but it was in reverse. So this is like you don't ever know if good things are going to come in for you. And then the Three of Wands. This is the one about travel, right? You want to go to a new destination. You don't know if it's ever going to happen. You're like, am I always going to be stuck here? Am I ever going to get the news that I want? And I think that you're so stuck with finding love as your main priority that you're forgetting that because the Wheel of Fortune is present, if you go and manifest the rest, like if you keep manifesting this Nine of Pentacles, right? If you keep going for the job promotions, if you keep going for the higher pay, if you keep getting more education, more training, if you keep socializing, love's going to find its way in. But when you solely focus on looking at a person to make you happy versus yourself, you're sending the wrong message to the universe. You're telling them, I need someone to make me happy and I don't know how to do it myself. And what you end up doing is squandering this good luck. You know, it's easy sometimes, collective, to really think that someone's going to make us happy. But I think everyone, including myself, we often forget that we can't contribute to a relationship unless we ourselves are happy first, or if we know how to be happy. Because otherwise, what do we bring into the relationship? There is another person coming as well. They're not coming up as the Empress, but I don't know if you are aware of this person already, if you haven't met them, but you have like this archetype of the someone that you want. And this is somebody who has a lot of creativity. Gemini energy here, right? Air energy. The sword here. This is a page of swords. You like people who are spontaneous, who are not boring. And this really excites you because the card they also came out with it was the Ace of Cups. You're really drawn to this type of person. And the only problem with this type of person who's very creative and very, they're not impulsive, but they start things and maybe sometimes don't finish them. And the problem with that is because this came out in reverse, this Queen of Cups, they don't nurture things. And so the irony between this Page of Swords and this Empress is that this is what excites you, but this is stability for you. And so I want you to see how you're trying to manifest two different type of people in the universe that in some sense are almost complete opposites. One never gets anything off the ground, and the other one requires investment. And sometimes that investment takes a lot of emotional work that I don't necessarily know you can provide, because at the beginning, we had this. You tend to not recognize when the universe is giving you an opportunity, and you're quick to jump ship. I think if this, I feel like this is the only one I want to take in reverse, because the point of this is, I feel that when you get in relationships with people, you make a lot of accommodations for them. You're the one always doing the work. And then when it goes bad, you always find yourself saying, how did I get here? Which explains why we started with the Judgment card, because you're trying to change that. Collective, this was a really good reading. Kind of had a very narrative story to it. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was insightful. And I hope it helps you on your journey for love or whatever it is you're trying to manifest. And at the bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. You do want to find calmer waters. All right, Collective. I'll talk to you later. Please like, subscribe, and share. Help my channel grow. I appreciate it.